dope, cool new gear I received in the month of September for 2025. We got a lot of it. Some of it I purchased on my own. Some of it was sent out to me, but we got a nice flavor and a mix of stuff. And the first thing I want to talk about, because we do have knives, flashlights, finally some new earbuds, in bags, and slings. But we got to jump the CJRB Tundra. Now, this is a whompingly huge, big knife. Think about this bad boy. It is a D2 bladed steel. It MSRP's at 93 bucks. They're gonna release it at $70. It hasn't released quite yet. It does have a 3.7-inch blade. It's a huge D2 drop point style blade. It has full stainless liners and all the other stuff. But the reason I wanted to show you this is because it does have this little insert right here. You can actually put this into the knife. Even if I access the lock bar, the knife will not close. So I like this concept because what they're trying to do is they're trying to emulate a fixed blade, because one of the complaints about having a folder that's used for hunting or tactical, where you hit this with a log to try to make some kindling or to split other logs or whatever you may want to do, is that it's a folder. It has a pivot point, which is a negative. And so the fact that that exists makes it so that you can stick that in there and keep it from closing. You can also stick that in the knife and keep it from opening. So if you're going to have this big knife at a campsite and you're a kiddo, a 2-year-old is going to be walking around, you want to leave this near the kitchen area while you're serving some stuff up, you can put that there. For the most part, you can thread this down as well, and it will make it even more effective. But I thought this was a pretty unique knife. And if you really want to venture and just try a big folding knife for the first time, I've literally only cut one thing with this. So how does it perform? I don't know. The G10 scales feel beefy. It has full steel liners. The pocket clip is annoying. It's kind of big, but it is sized to where it's going to hold down strong with this wire pocket clip. It's holding down very, very strong, whether you put it in a pouch or your pocket. And the thing I like about it is the liner lock is less than 50% on the lock bar itself. So you're not going to have to worry about that right there. So it's a good liner lock. It's a good knife. CJRB Artisan Cutlery, been banging out knives for a long time. This is the next tool, W4. This is a multi-tool. They also give you some needle nose, regular pliers, wire cutters. And so the only thing this is missing is a wire crimper out of this set right here. This is just a pretty capable multi-tool that I think that if you're the type of person that needs a niche multi-tool, maybe for a campsite, this might be something that you want to do. Or if you want to keep this in the kitchen drawer of your house or whatever, this might be something that works. You kind of just get all sorts of, you get access to quickly access bits, because this does have a bit driver in it. Well done. It has a saw. It has just a little bit of everything. I think that the most unique feature on this is going to be the fact that you are getting both the adjustable pliers and you are getting the needle nose. You get a wood and a metal file in here. You're getting a saw. So if you want to do a branch, it's probably like no more than 2 inches. You'll be fine. This has a ratcheting wrench though. So that's one thing that is a little bit unique for a multi-tool. Less turning of your wrist to get the same task done. So coming in at less than 60 bucks, I don't know why you wouldn't give this a shot. Next tool, they got a lot of contracts with a lot of companies out in Europe, a lot of police forces and stuff like that. So they do make some quality stuff. I've only had a couple of their multi-tools. They don't see a lot of pocket time with me, but I do understand the concepts behind them. Speaking of concepts behind them, this is the Tor Knives, the hard drive. This is going to be releasing soon. This is a pocket pry bar made of titanium. It's 1.5 or 1.3 ounces, a very good pocket clip. But the thing is that this thing is suitable for self-defense. It's more of a pokey pry, very, very sharp tip, no gimmicks, nothing flashy, very fast deployment. The ergonomics allow for you to kind of keep this in your hand for those purposes. If you wanted to use it for self-defense, you can still use it for prying. You can still use it for tightening and loosening a slotted, a flathead screw. And I like the fact that this is made in America. I think they're going to sell this locally as well. It has a lanyard hole back here. So I think you're going to be able to pick these up in like local sporting goods stores and not just simply on their website, which is smart, a good idea, a good way to roll this bad boy out. Pry bars are a niche thing. You either have them and know that you need them, or have one and never need it. You know, do I use the pry bars I have very often? Yeah, because I have YouTube camera equipment and I have kids that stick stuff in random places, such as sticky pasta fingers, touch my walls or my table, and the stuff dries. Stuff comes off very easy with a pry bar. But if you're a single guy living in an apartment in the middle of the city, I doubt you're going to need a pry bar. So it's going to be really up to you. The Ace K1 Compact, a 3-in-1 flashlight that has a 14500 battery, 1000 lume, very, very well done on the LEDs here. But the thing is that it's directly trying to compete with the Olights of the world, because of course you get the flashlight, but if you twist this head right here, you get a green light, a green laser, or you can get a UV light. So you got your UV light rocking and rolling, and you can just tell. So actually a pretty good flashlight. It's coming in at $54. To get this type of 3-in-1 functionality, a lot of times Olight is doing it with their Arc Field, their Arc Pro series. Sometimes you can get those around this price, but this footprint with a 14500 battery that's rechargeable. If the battery dies, you can throw another one in here. If the battery dies, you can throw a AA battery in here. You're not going to get 1000 lumens out of a AA, but your flashlight is going to continue to work. Low, medium, high. You can get, it comes in multiple colors. This is a flashlight that you would want to carry in your pocket if you know you want and use the laser. So marking or tracking blood. If you're also trying to look, if you're honestly, UV lights are very helpful when you're doing stuff like cleaning your bathroom, like actually shining it on your toilet, shining it on the floors, the baseboards. Did you actually clean up all the urine if you got the little boys? The green laser could be helpful for pointing something out for someone. You know, if they're 10 feet away from you and you're trying to get them to pull something out of a chest, use the little laser. Olight does have them beat because Olight lets you use the flashlight in the laser at the same time. Now, I haven't cracked open the manual on this because I don't know if you can do both. Maybe you can, and I don't know about it, but that's something that immediately kind of jumped out at me. The next one here is, this is the Phoenix Long Range, or LR35R. This is a 10,000 lumen searchlight. It's going to run you around $200. This has multiple light patterns on it. The way you turn it on is you literally take this right here, you twist it, it turns on. Clicking the button changes the LEDs which are being used. Okay, so a very good white light. It's a more of a cool light. The specs on this, you get 6 SST40 LEDs. At 10,000, they have a lifespan of 50,000 hours. You're going to get 10,000 lumens max output, 500 meter beam distance, two 21700 batteries, which are replaceable. You can take them out. You can charge them outside of this if you want to, which is dope, or you can just charge them inside of the unit itself with this USB-C port. This thing gets very hot. Be very careful using something like this because it's extremely hot. Includes an O-ring, and it has a great warranty as well. This is the type of, and it also includes a nice little sheath. Why would you want something like this? Searching for something, somebody loses something during the day, you go back and find it at night, even if it's as simple as a toy or a part of a bike. That's happened to me before. I've been rolling and then something falls off my one-wheel or my bike. I go search that area. Or if you're in search and rescue, if you need it for that type of stuff, then you know. You're going to know if you need something this powerful. The Phoenix PD36R Ace. Guys, I talked about this last month when I did my video comparison with that Next Torch TD30 Pro or Max, whatever the hell it was called. That thing was fantastic. And I told myself, do you really need the PD36R Ace? The answer is it is better. The answer is that it is better because of one feature. It has a hidden button which lets you control the output. This button right here. And this button, when you push it, it lets you change the light mode. So that makes it go to a constant on. You can't change it. That's it. That's as good as it's going to get. But if you know you're in search and rescue and you always just want the high beam, push the button and make it go to that. The second button press makes it go to high, medium, low. So now I have high, medium, low here. When I push this side button, I can cycle through those three. And then by default, when you get this out of the box, it's the bottom button, which has all 5 modes, which is going to be low, like medium, low, medium, almost high, high. There's a lot. There's 5 settings. And then if you hold this button down, strobe warning, it will give you strobe. If you continue to hold it down, it will give you SOS. So SOS is 150 lumens. Strobe mode is the high lumens, which is 3000 lumens. This is a very unique flashlight. The one thing that the Pro has on this is that both buttons are accessible in the back. I don't like having to change modes by pushing this button right here in the front. So that means you turn it on here and then you have to change modes by moving your hand. But if you change this to the high mode only, maybe you won't care. So this is very unique. I have been keeping mine on the high, medium, low settings. I don't need all 5 settings. Speaking of something new, I checked out the Next Torch, that big old 21700 flashlight. They also sent in the same package last month, the TA70, which is a slim flashlight. It's trying to compete Nicors of the world, the Olights of the world, except for this one is much more tactical. It feels much more refined. This is a 3500 lumen compact flashlight with their ultra thermal buffer technology, which lets you run at the 3500 lumen longer than some of their competitors. It has a lock mode. It has a duty mode, which lets you switch between all those. And then it has a tactical mode. If you keep it in tactical mode and you put your finger through the tactical switch, that's going to get you to high lumens on half press. Full press will get you strobe. If you put it into duty mode, then what that's going to do is going to let you cycle through the flashlight like it's a normal flashlight. So you push it, it goes high, medium, low, etc., etc. And then lock mode doesn't give you access to anything. I like it. This ring is very, very well built. So if that's something that you know that you want to be able to include, Next Torch has a lot of government contracts with European police forces. Their flashlights are being carried by professionals. This feels high quality. I love me some Nicor. I love all that, but there's something about a polymer flashlight instead of aluminum. This feels like it's going to keep itself cooler longer when you're running this on high because of the material. You can run this on high. So let's go half press on high. You can keep this on half press on high like 15 seconds or so, 20 seconds or so, and it's not beginning to burn my pinky. For some of its competitors, like the Nicor, the EDC 29, the EDC 33, the EDC 37, all that type of stuff, the high mode will begin to burn you. This one's still running. I've been running my mouth here for quite a few seconds, and because of that thermal buffer technology, it helps dissipate the heat and lets you run it on high that much longer. Imagine you're on duty and you need to run this thing for about 45 seconds to really check out that bump in the night. This is probably the flashlight for you instead of some of its competitors. And I just ran it this whole time. I can put my hand on the bottom of the flashlight after running it for nearly 30-45 seconds, and it's not burning me to the touch. It's something about that build material, what is it made out of, that I think it just makes way more sense versus the aesthetically pleasing Nicors and stuff like that. So that's really going to be up to you. The Woburn G5, complaints about the Woburn G5 still stand. The magnet, it's not that strong, and the lockout switch is not that dampened, because it should be more better dampened to keep you from sliding it. But I like the little features it has. First off, this thing often sells for 25 bucks, 19 bucks. It MSRPs at $30. You can switch the pocket clip around. You can, but they've came out with this new ice color. This is a dope looking color. Okay, I normally would not carry the G5. It just doesn't have the features that I need for it to have. I mean, I'm okay with this and having RGB, having 7 different colors of RGB. That's all dope and everything. But it's a EDC flashlight that I think best lives in like the very top pocket of a backpack. Pull it out, look through the bag, maybe use it for walking to your car. I'm not really a big fan of carrying this in the pocket. Pouches, backpacks, this thing lives, but it looks so dope. And it's still 29 bucks for this ice color. The ice color is a panty dropper. I will give them that. So I got to talk about the Benchmade Taggedout, the LMAX version with the polymer scales. I bought this with my own money and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. And I will say that this is this feels like what the bug out should have been. I could easily recommend this over the bug out, but for the fact the blade is bigger than the bug out and it weighs more than the bug out. But if you can get past those two things, which you should get past those two things quickly, because this is way better than the bug out ever has been. I mean, I can action this thing. I can redeploy it with one finger. My thumb is down here. Only thing I have on here is the index, and I can redeploy it much easier than I ever have been able to do with the bug out without having to just work it out a ton. The L-Max on this makes it extremely tough, and the polymer does make it look cheap, feel cheap-ish, but it is very durable. And I'm saying polymer, I'm sorry, excuse me, this is not polymer, it's Grivery. My bad, put some respect on y'all shit. It's Grivery, which is proprietary to Benchmade. And so very good looking knife, clip point style blade. The mini tagged out may be a little bit more suited for you, but I like the way this is. And the thing is I got this for $170 on base, and that's only $20 more than the bug out. 170 is still a lot, because at that price point, you can get yourself a Magna Cut titanium knife if you wait for it to go on sale. But it won't be made in America most likely. But I did get my Tribeca for 170. I'm going down a rabbit hole. I like this knife. Okay. It is something to consider if you are in the market for getting yourself a new knife. Now, I have other knives that I got as well this month. I'm not going to go over those because it's quite a few that I got. So what I will do is probably do a separate video over just the amount of knives that I got last month. I really wanted to show these two. Another thing I wanted to show is, thanks to you guys, I've been complaining about my earbuds, my Google Pixel Buds, for probably months now. Someone suggested I check out the Moondrop Space Travel 2s. And I saw the price point on these, and I was like, these can't be good. These things are, what, 29 bucks is what I paid for them on Amazon. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'm about to get completely hoed. It's not going to work, okay? Now, when you get them, this is how they come. You literally get the earbuds themselves. They are reminiscent to the earbuds that kind of go on your like Apple devices. They charge in this little case. What are you not getting for 29 bucks? These are not wireless charging, and they don't have a lid, okay? So I did buy this lid. I did buy this lid for, I think, $7, and these fit the Space Travelers perfect. Put these in here. Now I have a lid that keeps the earbuds from falling out. I like the fact these are Bluetooth 6.0. My old Google Pixels were like 5.3, whatever the hell they were. These can connect up to 2 devices at once, although that does make them die faster. You can use each individual earbud by themselves, which is a hard requirement for me. And I like the fact they were $30. So I feel really good with this purchase. So definitely glad I was able to finally make that happen. Jumping into some of the larger gear, I did pick up a hydration pack, a couple of hydration packs from Eberly Stock. Now, Eberly Stock sent me their bag. Then they sent me a 2-liter hydration pouch, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a 3-liter because I really like the 2. So I got the 3 on my own, and I paid for the. They sent me the 2-liter, and I paid for the 3-liter. Reasonably priced. These are hydration systems with a wide opening mouth that makes these easy to fill up. But the thing I like about these is that it does have a very good grab handle. When these things are full of water, it's hard to hold a full hydration panel. But they feel like these things feel such high quality. It literally kind of feels like the flavor of glass. I can't describe it. If you buy cheap hydration systems, you will taste the plastic. You will taste it. So that's something I would just say absolutely you need to try to avoid. And also they have this little thing right here, which is while the thing is still in your bag, you can actually put it in here. This one's still closed. I have the 2-liter loaded up in my the next bag I'm going to show you. You can put this in here. You can actually walk up to a dispenser, a water dispenser. You can fill this up and refill the hydration system up while it's still in your bag. That's pretty dope. Speaking of Eberly Stock, the Romad. The Romad is my new favorite rucking bag, guys. I like the Romad. I'll give you some B-roll of it because I know it's dark and moody here in the man cave. 25-liter bag. This is really a communication bag. It has a wild amount of zippers. They give you extra zipper pulls because the amount of zipper pulls on this thing will blow your mind. But it is really designed for someone who is carrying comms, right? So you're gonna see up here 4 zippers, so that if you're carrying comms, you can situate the actual antennas however you see fit. I did change out some of the zipper pulls with some of the ones they include. So because it's hard to be able to tell this is not the main pouch, I had to change it out with this one. It lets me know I'm in the main part of the bag. But they have very good systems for you to actually run comms and to run hydration stuff down, run it through the actual pack itself. This is a very good bag. I'm like extremely impressed with this bag. This could be a one and done solution for you. If you want a bag that can take you from the gym, overnight, two-day travel, and also be used for rucking or whatever, this can do it. Full clamshell opening. Once you get inside this bad boy, it has laser cut moly in the back with loop panel on there. I have some, you know, one of their admin panels on here. It can take a big old 16-inch, 17-inch laptop. It does have a small little holder back here that helps hold the laptop. Big old area up here for you to store. It's just a lot. I don't want to go too deep in this because I'm going to do a review over it. Eberly Stock sent this out to me. They're not going to sponsor that video when I do the review. Matter of fact, they just said, X, can we send you a bag? We think you're going to like it. And I said, sure. And I do like it, okay? Some other pieces of gear I haven't opened up yet. Now, I did check out the Vertex Any Day backpack. And that was a nice little bag. Expert shooter Lena, world champion. She also designed, along with Vertex, the Everyday Fanny Pack. And they're just in 2 different sizes. So this one's in wolf gray. This one is in black. The black one's smaller. Actually, yeah, the black one's a little bit smaller. But these are going to be good CCW pouches. I'm saying they're going to be. I haven't actually tested them out. They come with a Tactigami holster already included. No organization. I think this makes sense in this because this is where you should keep your weapons. So I don't think you need any organization other than being able to run rapid cords or run magazines in there. And then in the very back, you do have an area which would probably just be enough for your wallet and your cell phone. So we would have to test this out. And in the front, you got another area with a little bit of organization, a key leash. Okay. So the smaller one feels a little small. I think I would be better off with this one. This one gives you you probably can do a full size Glock in here versus a subcompact. The other one feels very subcompacty. But the same layout. You still get that same area in the back. You get the area in the front. Organization in the front. Okay. Dope. I know that these are coming out very reasonably priced. They're made in nylon. That's what makes these things so interesting. You're getting that rapid access pull tab, but it doesn't look so... Look, this is the rapid access pull tab that you can grab absentmindedly and open up and access your weapon. Some of these fanny packs have small zipper pulls, and you wouldn't be able to get to your weapon that fast. I like the initially. I'm going to carry the bigger one and see what I think about it. Farah, in their sling bags, in their messenger bags, Farah paid me for a video. It had to be well over a year ago. I hate doing Kickstarter videos because the product may never make it to market. And I would hate to suggest something to you on Kickstarter. But the reason I did it for this company is the bag, when they sent it to me, was such good quality. And when he told me the companies that he used to work for, designing bags for them, you know, the places of the Patagonias, the Yetis, and the experience he had learning how to be a seamstress in different parts of the world and taking big lessons in Australia, and he was making these here in the States, it just made sense to do that video. Now we have a full lineup. This is their Farah sling bag, 3-liter. This is the thing about these sling bags, which made them so unique, is the organization, the fact that you can go inside the zippers, and if you don't feel like closing the zippers, just put the flap back over it. That way you're not always opening and closing your zippers. Super small design cues, but it makes a lot of sense. And so a lot of organization in these, and I liked it. This is some of the most forced organization in sling bags I've ever had. They've improved the actual the sling itself. It has a very unique design, which I've seen no one else doing when it came to accessing the sling before. It's extremely easy to adjust this bad boy. It's just a very good bag of how they outfitted these things out. So they sent it in the 3-liter, the 4-liter in this olive color, which is dope. I think I'm gonna carry this. This is actually really dope. And then they sent their 12-liter messenger bag. I already have their 16-liter messenger bag. This is a great size bag for like a 13-inch MacBook Air. And the thing about this, or your camera equipment, I like putting camera equipment in these bags because what I can do is grab a piece of kit, and because they don't have zippers, it's just a big open pouch, I can quickly close it, work with something. If I'm filming for a client, leave this unsnapped. It's not that big of a deal. And I quickly have access back to my stuff. When I get to a destination, it has water bottles. These are just, we're going to talk about these again. It's been a year. They've made a lot of improvements. I'm a big fan of where they're going with these. I'm probably forgetting something, which I know I've shown. They've all had maybe their own individual videos, such as the Any Day bag from Vertex, the Ready Pack X, the new Veer C4 Tactical. I got all those in September, but they've already had their own kind of dedicated unboxing, so I don't need to see the need of doing a duplicate here. But first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to know, have you part of the battalion. Let me know what was your favorite thing down below, or something that you would be interested in checking out, because there have definitely been some bangers. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.